What's up, guys? It's Dillusscuss. I'm gonna do this video. I've been meaning to do this video for probably 2 weeks. Um, okay. So, the new Ghostbusters piece of shit. New Ghostbusters came out yesterday, or 2 days ago. Doesn't fucking matter. It's a piece of shit. Doesn't deserve to exist. So when I first heard the idea, it was a couple years, like maybe a year or two ago, but it was like all you heard was, there is going to be a new Ghostbusters, and I was like, okay, I'm fucking down because they're fucking good. And then it was like, it's gonna be an all-female Ghostbusters, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. It could be really cool. Who's doing it? Melissa McCarthy, and I was like, okay, she's funny. That could be like Bill, she could be, I guess, the Bill Murray of the group. I was like, okay. And then it was like, fuck, I'm not good with names. The blonde one. And then I was like, okay, she's funny as fuck on SNL. I fucking love her. And then it was like some other girl. And I mean, my bad, I don't know her name. I don't particularly watch comedies anymore, mostly because I can't really find many that I actually like. I was like, okay, I've never really heard of her. And then it was like Leslie Jones, and I was like, I don't like her. I don't know. I'm not saying it's her race or none of that bullshit, because that bullshit's bullshit. But like, I just don't find her funny. I'm sorry, I just don't. I think she plays too much on the racial stereotype, and I'm not saying that being ignorant. I'm just saying it seems to me. So I was like, okay, I don't hate it. It sounds like a good cast, other than Leslie Jones. But I mean, I only saw her on SNL, so I didn't know if she was legitimately funny outside of SNL skit, stuff. And I was like, okay. And then, months went by, and then I was like, okay, maybe it's not happening, maybe it's happening. And then, I don't know, 6 months ago, whenever the fuck the first trailer dropped. I didn't watch it for a long time, mostly because I was like, I'm gonna wait till it gets closer. And then they came out with like 2 and then 3, and then I watched the first one. And then it begins off great. It's like 30 years ago, which it bugged the shit out of me that it was said 30 years ago when it was 32. But that's just nitpicking, and so it was like, and then it showed the firehouse. I was like, fuck yeah. And then it was like, it showed the logo, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then it showed them, and I was like, okay. And then it showed the uniforms. I was like, are they like construction workers? Like, what the fuck? And then it like, the trailer didn't make me laugh, the first one, at all. Like, the paddock compet, that wasn't funny to me. It was just like, oh, this is what I figured it would happen. Like, I was hoping it wouldn't be this, Leslie Jones wouldn't come off like that. And then it was like, but, I'm not gonna hold reservations, And another thing that bothered me in the first one is it showed the ghosts, like, all turn around, and they were, like, neon blue, like, bright as fuck, and they were kind of skeletonish. That bothered me, because they're ghosts. They're not supposed to be, like, fucking glow sticks. They're kind of supposed to be, like, transparent, like, you can barely see them. They're ghosts. Like, not like, boom, in your face, when I'm a ghost, like, shit, So, and then they came out with another one, and then it was like, okay, Chris Hemsworth is in this. I'm kind of like, okay, this could be good. But he's like an idiot. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. And then it showed more, like they redid the librarian scene in the trailer. And the librarian scene to me was fucking hilarious. Like, even though it was a puppet, it looked better than what they did. Like, the CGI they did, it didn't seem like, okay, Ghostbusters could be scary. Like, scary, But it was not like what you would consider a horror movie. It was just Ghostbusters. It's hard to explain. But it was too, like, the trailer was too, like, seriously, like, oh, it's a ghost, It's dead. We have to get a point across the point. It's dead. She has a skull face, like. And the original, it kind of reminded me of like Eddie, the Iron Maiden logo. But I mean, okay, whatever. maybe they changed it a little bit, and she was bright fucking blue. It still fucking bothered me. And then they showed Slimer, and in the original, Slimer was like looked like Jello, if that makes sense. Like he was squishy. This one, it looked like he was like sticky and nasty and gross, and like I don't know. And then they, I don't know, man. And then the ghosts can possess people now, and it was like okay. And then they did the next one, and then you didn't see the Stay Puft Man, but you see what looked like the Ghostbusters logo. And for a long time, I thought it was Stay Puft, that they redid Stay Puft. And I saw him, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, either it's like the Ghostbusters logo mixed with Stay Puft, or it's like an overweight KKK member on fire. Like, it was bad. And then, so I was like, I'm not down for this. This isn't, if you're going to use Ghostbusters, like, try to kind of stay close. And it was like, no. And I'm not saying, oh, it was because of the girls. No, it wasn't because of the girls. It just wasn't, it didn't look good. And then it was like, in the trailer, they have it where they're going to like a concert. And it was almost, just in the trailer, from what they showed in the trailer, it looked like a shot-for-shot remake of the hotel in the original where they go in, and then instead of the, like, ballroom where they go and catch Slimer, it's the concert thing. And that was kind of like, okay. And then it was like, they switched out the proton packs for, like, these pistol things and, like, brass knuckle thingies, and then fucking, like, you see, like, a ghost, like, do a cartwheel. And then you see one of the Ghostbusters, like, do a cartwheel. And then it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, how the fuck is this Ghostbusters? And then, it came out, and then, I'm not gonna see it. I'll probably watch it when it comes out on Redbox. So I only give them $2 out of my money because I don't think they deserve it. I think it's fucking bullshit. This was just a cash grab. But I mean, for real, from what I've seen and I've spent the whole morning and all of last night watching reviews and, like, people who have seen it. And I've heard one conclusive fact: it fucking sucks. Like, in almost, well, actually, no, every video I've watched, they said not one person that they were in the theater with liked the movie. Like, there would be people that thought it was like, oh, that was funny, But none of them was like, oh, I'd see that again. It was like, no, that fucking sucked. And I'm not saying it is the women's fault. I love, the majority of the movies I love are female, like the females are the main characters. Underworld, I fucking love the Underworld series. Female. Resident Evil, fucking female. Kill Bill, female. Honestly, I like female-led movies more than male. They're just more badass because the way women have been portrayed in the past is like, oh, we're helpless. Oh, help us, man, help us. And then I think it's dope that they're like kicking ass and, being fucking dope. But and from what I've heard, the writing's fucking sucks. The movie makes no sense. And the thing I think is fucked up is it's like a woman, led thing. But from what I've heard, it's all the male characters in the movie are fucking retarded. And I think that's fucking bullshit. Like, you can have a female-led movie, and it's fucking good, empowering women. That's cool. I agree with that. But when you're like, women are good, women are fucking badass and smart and this and that, and guys are fucking retarded and worthless, I think that's fucking bullshit. Because the only thing that makes men and women different is bigger breast tissue and different sexual organs. That's pretty much the only thing that fucking makes us different. And an extra chromosome. I mean, for real. And I think that it's fucking bullshit that they made a movie like that is so sexist that it makes women superior and men fucking retarded idiots. Now, I'm not saying, like, all men are smart. Some of us aren't. And, there aren't 100% intelligent women either. I'm not saying, anyone's better than anyone. We're all fucking people. But I think it's fucking bullshit that they would make it like that. I was hoping it'd be like a female team up, you know, thing like Ghostbusters was. Ghostbusters wasn't a men are better movie. It was like, we all know what we're doing. Let's be Ghostbusters, you know? And then it wasn't seen like, yeah, men are better because only men can be Ghostbusters. Because in the cartoon, fuck. The secretary lady from the movie, I only know her from the movie because I never really watched it. But from what I understand, is in the comic book, in the cartoon, she becomes a Ghostbuster. So there were female Ghostbusters. It wasn't like there were only men. But I think that's fucking bullshit. And from what I've heard, the writing fucking sucks. And then the main antagonist, his reason for bringing about the end of the world is he was bullied by women, and he was bullied by people. So he kills himself and does that shit. And then Stay Puft comes back apparently as a like Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade float. And then they go, oh, let's think of a logo. And then they're like, oh yeah, the Ghostbusters logo will be the destroyer of... What the fuck? And they're like, okay, what are we gonna do to destroy it? Shoot it in the balls. Somebody hates men. I'm not saying we don't deserve it. We've treated women like shit. But in the past. But I mean, like, for real. For real. I mean, just from the trailers, it made me like, I don't ever want to fucking see this movie. It looks fucking stupid. And I'm not saying that, oh, I'm a feminine hater. No. When I first heard, oh, it's an all-girls team, I was like, this could be fucking badass. I was excited. And then once I saw the trailer, it was like, no. I'm sorry, no. I would have loved to see it. If they were going to reboot it, I would have loved to have seen it like the Ghostbusters kids. That would have been cool because, yeah, you could have done the all-female team, or you could have done like a mixed. And then, and it would have been cool. But I think that's fucking bullshit. And the thing that I've heard too is people actually die in this movie. In the original Ghostbusters, nobody died. Just the ghosts, But I mean, the ghosts didn't kill people. They just fuck with them. Like, they were ghosts. They haunt people, and they were fucking with people. Like, Slimer wasn't going around attacking people. He was going around stealing hot dogs and cake and pie and shit. Like, it's just unnecessary and stupid. Like, to have a reboot, like, okay, people are like, oh yeah, the new Star Wars is a reboot. Not really. It's continuing a story. Yeah, they didn't go on the material, and it's kind of a reboot, but it's not. And it doesn't go too far from the material that's already there. This one completely goes like, fuck the original Ghostbusters. They didn't exist. This is Ghostbusters. And I think that's fucking bullshit. I think it should have been like, they got, they were handed down the ropes from the original. Because that would have been cool. I could have gone on board with that. But I think this was fucking tasteless and bullshit. And this was just for the money. They spent $150 million on this. And now and literally, like, the trailers would be, like, hitting 1 million dislikes. And they would edit the dislikes to make it seem like as many people. They would get rid of, like, 400,000 dislikes. Just so it wouldn't, And I mean, like, I wish there would have been a way to get this movie shut down. Like, I would have done it because I think it's so fucked up taking something this beloved. Like, I love Ghostbusters. Whenever it's on TV, I fucking watch it. I have it on DVD. I watched it like 8 times last week. Like, I fucking love Ghostbusters. It's fucking good. And to take something like that and shit on it as bad as they did, I think that's really fucked up. Like, that's like going to like... Never mind, because that would have got really offensive. I would have said what I was thinking. But, I mean, it's just like, they don't respect anything anymore. Nobody respects anything. And, I mean, that's something I've noticed in the past, like 10 years. People have gotten so disrespectful about everything, and I think it's fucking stupid. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm a saint. But I'm saying, yeah, I'm disrespectful too. But there are some things that, like, you don't do. Like, I'm one of those people that it's like, if you're at a funeral, like, your phone should be off. You shouldn't be taking pictures of, shit. Like, or like, but I mean, this movie never should have been made, honestly. Like, There's no reason whatsoever at all. Um, but yeah, that's just my opinion on Ghostbusters. They will get $1.25 from me to fucking rent it on Redbox. But no, I definitely wouldn't recommend seeing this movie. I think it's fucking bullshit, and I'm not sexist. I love female, protagonist characters. I love them. I love them more than male. But what I think it is from what I've heard, the writing is shit. And so in that case, I think it's not more who they had as the lead. And it's not because they're women. I think it was more the script they were given. They could not salvage it. It was shit, and they were basically like, we'll do our best to make this not suck ass, and we're stuck on the ride, so we have to say it's good. Nothing about this means, I hate women. I love women. I love women. But, I mean, no, it never should have happened. Just from what I've heard, it's gonna be fucking bad. And they're talking about making more. And I'm not down for that. I think it's fucking stupid. But that's just me fucking ranting about fucking shitty Ghostbusters. And if you watch this, thank you very much. It means a lot. Thank you. Bye.